Okay, now it's loaded. This is Unity environment where we have the hierarchy window here that you can, for example, double click on this object or double click on this. Nothing happens, right? Except this one is changing. But if you just left click on this, then you will see the scene and then the game mode. What's the difference between this? So scene is where basically you put the objects and then you design your environment. And the game is when you play, and then you will see the movements of objects and everything from the eye or from the camera, right? So let's say if I double click here, you will see the main camera or the camera that I talked about. Or if you click here, you will see the lights, okay? So then on the right side, you will see the inspector, the specification of this light. Let's say if I want to, for example, increase some parameters here, right? Or if I want to do some rotations, you will see this rotate and then it will turn to the night. So we are facing night now, okay? So these are the specifications such as transform or other things for this particular game object. And then here at the bottom, we have the project file, the folder. If you click, for example, here and then right click and show in Explorer, you will see this is the projects, right? In the download, in the main, and then the assets. So this is the projects. So we have different folders here, and then every game objects or codes or animations is there. And then this is basically another view of each project, right? Or each folder. And okay, so and then we have also this toolbar which shows other specifications that I will talk. So now the first thing that you need to do is go to the project and then this drop down button and then go to the scene, this one, and then double click on this one. You can say save, or we can just say don't save, that's fine. Then this will show up. So this is Sumo to Unity tool that is an open source and free tool. So okay, I want to talk about the navigations. So if we want to move our head inside this environment, then you need to hold right click and then just move your head. So you will see very nice environment. Hold and left click. So then stop here. So this is our car now. And then if I want to zoom to this car, then again hold left and then press W. And then if you hold W, it will go. And then S, back, A, and D. So similar to the movements of car. If you played, for example, car sim games, right? It's WASD, but we need also hold right click. And now I can basically move like this very fast. So okay, so come here and then stop here. So this is the first exercise. Now this is about the navigations, and if we go to the PowerPoint, then we need to talk about the light, location, eye, and time, right? Okay, so here we have the hierarchy where the game objects are. So if you left click on this car, then it will show like the body, right? So same things in the hierarchy. So we have selected this car, right? and then all of the specifications of this car comes here. Let's say I want to hide it. It hide the body. Okay, I want to hide the whole car. Here, this button, it hides, and then here also, right? So now I want to talk about the locations. And okay, now I want to talk about the light. So if you go to the environment to setup and then directional light, so double click on it, you will see that a sun is here. And then let's say if I rotate this sun, then it will turn to the night or early morning, right? So it changes. So this is the rotations of this light. And then I can, for example, change the colors of this light. So the colors, you know, we can play around a little bit with the lights and everything. But usually I keep this as is, except the rotations and the position. So for the positions, if you see, we have X, Y, Z, rotation X, Y, Z, and scale. So let's say I want to change this position. So you see here, if I just hold right click and then come here, then you will see Y, X, right, and Z. Same thing here. X, basically this is Y, this is Z, right, and this is X. So if I want to move this towards the basically Y axis, right? So here, just click on this, hold, left click, and then move it. So it will change something here, see? So let's say, or we can just do it right here, right? Or I can, for example, if you see here, just and then hold left and then play around for this one. So this is the way that in Unity we change the location of object, such as directional light. So these are all objects. Same thing, for example, in real world we have GPS, right? And then we change the positions, and then GPS will tell you. So here the same thing, this position represents that GPS. And the rotation also, you can change X, and then it will turn to like night or dusk, right? So then light is very important. If we don't have light, then it will happen like this, okay, similar to the real world. Then I talked about the location. This location, maybe I can just go through this car again, right? And then I click here, and then the location of car I can change, see? Or I can simply come here, select this one, and then change the location of the car, like this. And you will see when the car moves, basically it moves and the location will change. Or if I change, then the car will move, right? So then we have eye, which is basically the camera, right? So here, if you see, there is just hold right click and then W, go here. And then this is the camera, right? If you don't see this, then you can just select on this one, and then it toggles the visibility of all gizmos. So these are basically, they call it gizmos. And then you don't see any camera, right? Or just toggle, and then you will see the camera. So here on the left side, click on this camera, okay, and then you will see that this is from the driver view, this camera, right? So this camera might be here or there, that's fine. So then let's say if I move, I can basically move anything, everything that are here, because these are game objects. So I can move the camera, and then you see. So Control Z will undo everything. Okay, Control Z. So then the time, also is inside the code, but essentially the time matters in the game menu, not the scene menu. Scene menu is just for the design. We put all of these objects in the scene menu, and then in the game we just run, and then we will see what will happen. So let's just run. So let's go here in the sumo controller, and then this one, just come here, and then this code just deactivate it. And then if you want to save, go to the file, save, or Control S, it will save. Now run. So this will run. Okay, so now using W, you can just go straight, and then S, break. Again, W, go straight, and then you will see I hit basically. So this is collision. And then we have also the time, because it's now on simulation time. Okay, so stop to go to the scene. Then let's go back to the PowerPoint again. So now I'm gonna talk about the objects and how to create, remove, and move or rotate, right? So let's say this is the car. Double click on it, and then you will see this car game object, right? You can just click on this, double down, and then basically this will show all of the elements. Let's say it has a body, it has a cabin, it has wheels, right? So for now, just select on 0, which is the whole car. And now if you go to basically here, now if you go to the wireframe, so select this one and then wireframe, you will see all of this environment is based on lines. So these are digital lines, and the same thing that I told about these ones, right? The game objects, everything in the scene will turn to the mesh, and then using material and textures we will cover them. So this is how it looks like, digital lines. So then if I go to the shaded wireframe and then right click, hold, and W, go here, and then you will see those lines with the textures on it, okay, or with the image on it. So what are those images? Just click on body here, and then here you will see in these settings that there are many types of material. So these materials basically are let's say car paint, right? So this is car paint. So now if I come here, and then if I change some parameter, you will see the paints changes, right? So eventually the images or materials are here, okay? So now if I move, then so what about the complex colors? So then about the complex colors, if I go to the wheels, right, and then come here and then select this one, you will see here that in the base map there is a something here, right? Click on it. So this one, if you click, this is an image. This is an image on top of basically a material. So if we use just a simple color for material, like red, white, then there is no textures or image. So see, this is color.jpg, right? If we use a complex color, then it will look like, so in other words, for complex coloring, we use textures, which is the images. For simple, we use just normal color, which is the materials, okay? So then let's go to the create, remove, move, scale, and rotate object, right? So hold right click again, S. So now I wanna create a cube here. So here, just one left click, then right click, go here 3D object, add a for example cube. Okay, so a cube is coming here and then the cube is here. So okay, click here and then double click on this cube. So you see this cube is not here, right? So just grab this X, left click, hold, and then grab it. Then this cube is here, right? So again, hold right click, S, so the cube is here. So this is the way that we create some objects. For this type of objects which is complex, we cannot do it inside the Unity. We need to use other models like software like 3D models, Blender, or things like that. And then if we want to remove, then here just click on delete, right? Control Z, it will get back, right? And then if we want to move, again here, and then you can just simply move it, right? If we want to rotate it here, X, Y, and Z, right? And if you want to scale it, make it bigger, you can come here and then make scale in any directions that you want, okay? Or there is another way to scale, identically scale, and this is the scale tool. Click on here and then select this one, just scale down, okay?